Creating consistently good content as a busy physician can be really hard. And sure, with enough time and definitely a lot of reps, you can learn through trial and error. But what if there was a way to shortcut that time? What if there was a guidebook, a high yield first aid for content creation? This is what I would start with as a physician who's created content for over 3 years and grown a good community online. First, I'm gonna start with vitality over virality. I don't want to go viral right away because if I went viral without the infrastructure in place, I feel like I would consistently be chasing that high of virality again, be disappointed if I didn't have ideas and processes ready to go. Vitality is the sustainability of my platform. How do I grow it over time consistently? That starts with having a crystal clear reason why you're creating content, and that starts and ends really with your audience. At the end of the day, you need a viewer in mind who is going to consume your content. Are you providing them value, education, entertainment, or emotion? And they reward you in turn with their most precious commodity, time. And I guess attention too. But if I keep my viewer, my audience in mind, that's gonna sustain me through those inevitable valleys of content creation when you feel like it's just a grind. I created my platform with one audience in mind, the medical student, the medical trainee who feels lost, who feels confused, who feels alone, with content that helps them know they are not alone, this experience is universal, and insight in how to navigate that process, how to feel more confident and competent in the clinical world. And that's right in my profile. I empower medical learners and I encourage positivity in medical education. By the way, if this is helpful and you want to hear more about my process, let me know. Number 2, I'm going to call it the thumb war. Your biggest barrier to growth are people's thumbs, people scrolling away from your content. You need people to stop scrolling and listen to what you have to say or see what you have to show. People have talked a lot about hooks, but there's really a combination of 3 things you need to do. You need to do a verbal hook, which is saying something. You need to do a visual hook, which is usually text on the screen, and then an attention grabber of sorts, motion, or some interesting scene right away. Proof is actually in monetization on TikTok, where they actually look at a metric of views over 5 seconds. Whenever someone sees your video on the For You page and they don't watch it for over 5 seconds, that video can't monetize from them. When I'm making my skits, I usually try to put the funniest scene, or what I think is the funniest, at the beginning. Walking into the hospital in the dark, sitting there alone, or starting a lecture. And the last thing is ending on a high note. You want to make it pay off for the people who spent the time to watch all the way to the end. People usually share based on how they feel at the end of your video. So if you end on a really high note, they're more likely to share or engage. Practically for my skits, I usually leave maybe the second best scene for the very end. A, that's a good loop. B, it's good for a continuation in a series. And C, it leaves people feeling good. I would love to use my platform to help new and smaller medical content creators. So if that's you, leave your reason for creating content in the comments and let's blow their accounts up.